Well, guys, let's get back to Diamond Sutra. So let's study again. We have left last time. Well, here. Chomnin deki Galsepa, Buddha is instructed Subhuti, Rabjor, Kepa, Bime, Galala, Jiki, Li, Gangaidungi Jema, Ni Yonsu, Tangwa Wei. So Buddha is now instructing Subhuti and asking Subhuti, suppose those noble families' daughters have abandoned their body or given their body equivalent to the number of sand particles of river Ganges. So instead of that, Gangichiki namdang di le tha na chik jipe chik su chepa cham zunte. So from this discourses, at least if someone takes up just one stanza from this discourses and memorizes it, Jendala Yan Dapaten na, or purely teach it to others, Di Ji Di Le Senam Che Mandu Jami Paktu Mepa Kedo. So from that, he or she would beget the incalculable heap of merit. That's what Buddha says again and over again. Because what I understood from so far, reading this Diamond Sutra, Buddha has simply one message. Up till now, of course, there are many things to follow. Buddha wants to highlight the importance, not only importance, the efficacy or the kind of merit an individual will beget by reading, by writing, by memorizing this sutra, which is unparalleled, cannot be compared with any other things, even those 7 jewels. That also the quantity of jewels is such that it doesn't matter even if it is like even the 3000 universe are filled with those 7 jewels. The worth is just 4 stanza taken out from this discourses is more worth than those 7 types of jewels filled in 3000-fold universe and giving as a gift to others. So that means that's what Buddha repeatedly says. Then Sedam Depa Rabjor Chiki Shugi Chima Chunte. So now then after listening to all these discourses, Subhuti was moved to tears. He shed tears. De chima chine, then Subhuti wiped his tears. Chonden de la dikeche selto, then pleaded the Bhagwan or asked Bhagwan in this manner, saying these things. Ditar chiki namdang di dejen shekpa ji nye pe sumpani chonden de ngomsar lasu. This kind of Dharma discourses said by Tathagat or Bhagwan, it's really amazing. Chonden de ngomsar lasu Bhagwan, it's really amazing. Dewa shekpa ngomsar lasu Sugata, it's really amazing. Chonden de dagi yeshiki tsin che dagi chiki namdang di nyen namya ma tepalaso. Until such time as an exalted wisdom has been born in me, yeshi ke chinse. Until such time as wisdom has dawned in my being, I have never dagi chiki namdam di nyen namya mate palaso. I've never had this fabulous discourses before. That's what Subhuti says. De chi liturgina, why that is so? Chonden de do de shepa di la ganda yang dakpar dushi ke par jurwe semchen de dak ne ngomsar da dempar jur laso. And Subhuti further acknowledges the greatness of this sutra by saying, Bhagwan, those whosoever hears this sutra and can discriminate, have correct discrimination of this sutra, he or she will be an amazing person, will become an amazing person. Rabdam Dempar Jurlaso. Why is that so? Chomden de yang da par dushe pa gang lak pa de ni dushe ma chi pe ledute again not to get identified. Whatsoever the Bhagwan has said about that correct discrimination is no correct discrimination whatsoever again. And that's why just now literally whatsoever I understand and whatsoever I've read, it's very difficult to actually interpret this, because by the time we comprehend this sutra to its totality, I'm sure we'll attain the emptiness or selflessness state. So just now verbally, maybe the literal meaning I must be understanding to the most. So but we have to, that's why, as I mentioned before, we have to keep on studying this sutra 100 times, 1,000 times, n number of times perhaps, until such time as one actually is free of that self, which is the motto behind Buddha teaching this Diamond Sutra. Subhuti is just an excuse. He's just another torchbearer, but it's to entire bodhisattvas. Dena yanda pa dushe je dejin shake pe sung. So therefore, the Buddha has said correct discrimination. Chonen de da chiki nam dang di shepa la tok ching mepa ni dag la ngomsar mala ki. Now Subhuti is saying, whatsoever I have heard and imagined about this sutra, it does not amaze me. That's what he says. Why? Because Chomnin de leme che leme di ngabjay thamala semjen gang. Now Subhuti is a bit unnerved according to what I understand, because whatsoever I have imagined about this sutra or heard, I'm not so amazed, because in the last epoch, Buddha has said, yes, with a serene single faith, upon hearing this discourse or upon this discourse being taught, those people might sometimes get awakened or be free of self. So as compared to that kind of merit with slightest effort in the last epoch, in the last 500 years, what I have imagined and realized now is nothing amazing. That's what Subhuti is a bit unnerved, because after 2500 years, many beings, upon hearing just one stanza or by simply memorizing, touch or copying, will beget lots of merits. So as compared to that, whatsoever he has imagined about this is not so amazing. That's what Subhuti is trying to say. Then Jomne de leme say means in future. Leme di ngabjay thama la semchen ganda chiki nam da di lempa da diwa da simpa da chawa da lopa da kin chupa jepa de da ni ngomsa rabdan depa jurla. So because those people after 2500 years from now who accepts these discourses, who copies this, who memorizes it, who holds it, who reads it, who comprehends it completely, these are going to be the most amazing, not me. Something like that. A little bit of comparison. Yang further, Chomden de dak ni daktu dushe jukpa mejurjing, and those beings after 2500 years, just by reading this only, they will attain selflessness. That's what Subhuti is indicating. Semchen to dushepa dang, soktu dushepa dang, ganzatu dushepa mijurla, so they won't be identified either with the soul, either with the living beings, either with the person. De chi lidujana, why is that so? Chomden de daktu dushepa dang, semchen du dushepa dang, soktu dushepa dang, ganzatu dushepa, gan lakpa de ni, dushe tham che da devel de again. Whatsoever Bhagavan has said about being free of being devoid of getting identified with soul, with living beings, with person, all these things, these phenomena, does not exist whatsoever again. Because one message, of course, easier said than done, just by saying, oh, please be selfless. All problems are created because we cling on to self. This is a very easy thing to say, the beautiful words, repetition of beautiful words of Buddha. But by simply saying that one does not become free of that clinging to self. So that's why it's easier said than done, because repeatedly Buddha is trying to say, this is that, that is that, neither this. So it's a tautology. That's why we have to keep on striving, meditate, read more and more. So until such time as we actually attend to that selflessness, not just verbally. So as of now, for example, to be frank, I just understand these things verbally, but does not help me at all. However, as per, of course, lots of merits would have been accumulated for sure, until unless whatsoever Buddha has spoken in this sutra are wrong. The chili dujena. Why is that so? Sangechomden de namni dushitam chenda le do, because all the Buddhas in the past have left all the perception behind. That's what they say. The kiche serpadam, that's how Subhuti has pleaded. Chomden de ki sedam de Rabjor la the kiche katselto again Buddha instructed Subhuti, Rabjur, they didn't know. So thus it is. Buddha is acknowledging what Subhuti has understood. Then they didn't. That's how it is. So Semchen Ganda do di shepa la mitak ching mingang la kintu ngawar mi jurwa dedak ni ngomsar da temper juro. Now Buddha has said, this sutra, upon being recited or explained after 2,500 years, there will be different categories of people, because we say before the statutory law or the customary law, we say all of us are equal, but none of us are equal. There's a division. For example, if we play a shot put and the weight of that stone is perhaps 5 kilograms, suppose 10 of us are there as a participants, there will be a variation. Variation is inherent in nature. So we don't come with equal karmic baggages, karmic links. So when we say human beings are equal, it's just a cliche. It's just a based on statutory laws, that before laws we have to pretend or we have to accept that all the human beings are equal, but all human beings are unique, not equal at all. So that's why when this sutra, upon being recited or taught after 2,500 years ago, Buddha is saying that some people will be afraid, some people will be terrified just by hearing this. And here Buddha is saying those people who do not get terrified or afraid upon hearing this sutra, then it's quite amazing. And it's true, perhaps just to experiment, I've been explaining Diamond Sutra to many people. So some people immediately put their earlocks upon hearing this, some people get up and all, but some people are so much interested to the extreme that they keep on asking questions, the deeper questions. So that way, this sounds quite funny, but this kind of phenomena I've seen. Some people getting terrified upon hearing this. Why is that so? Rabjor, Parel to Chimpa, Dampa Dine, Dejin Shake Pe, Sunte, Parel to Chimpa, Dampa Gandhi, Gand, Dejin Shake Pe, Sumpa de, Sangichomden de, Paktu Mepa, Namki Chang, Sumpe, Chirte. So this gone beyond wisdom. Because it's not only said by the Gautam Siddhartha the Buddha, it had been taught by all the past Samyak Sambuddhaya, pure and completely enlightened Buddhas as well. So it carries certain weightage, truth, which cannot be conceived by every Tom, Dick and Harry. It depends on the merits, based on the capacity. That's why some will get afraid, some will get terrified, and so forth. Therefore, it is called the supreme gone beyond wisdom, perhaps, but Sherab is not mentioned here. It's a supreme gone beyond. Ya Rabjo, the Jin Shake Pe, Zepe, Paril to Chimpa, Gansumpa, Dini, Paril to Chimpa, Mede. So these sutras are not an easy thing, so we have to read 100 times, as I've mentioned before. So again, the gone beyond forbearance, Zepe Paril to Chimpa. So we have to again delve into what is gone beyond forbearance and all. So whatsoever the gone beyond forbearance Buddha has said uh, has certain, not certain perhaps, relationship to all those people upon hearing this sutra getting terrified or afraid. Actually, Buddha is trying to explain Subhuti, why people will get terrified, why people will get afraid. Not only that, actually, many people, I have read that many priests from different faiths, they went through this kind of sutra, Diamond Sutra, and they have concluded that Buddha must have been a mad person. He's contradicting himself. That's what they say. And obviously, because Buddha is trying to explain something which is inexplicable, something that cannot be expressed in terms of words. So that's why just indicated mostly. That's why Buddha contradicts himself, and also Buddha doesn't want any fixation whereby we will be stuck and we will draw conclusions. So he's keeping in such a way that we have to, it cannot be taught, it can be caught. That's what. So that's why it sounds so mad and it's not so easy. So this is a first round of my understanding and first round of studying this. So when I study over and over again, I will conceive different meanings. That's what our scripture is called holy. One of the criteria to consider whether the scripture is holy or not is every time you read, you get different meaning. All those scriptures, holy scriptures like Gita, Dharmapada, and this Diamond Sutra, Heart Sutra, even holy scriptures of other faiths like Bible, Quran and all. Every time you study, you get different meaning. Therefore, it is called holy scripture. That's a criterion, sole criterion. And like other books, novels, textbooks, they just have a singleton meaning. Today you read, you get same meaning. You read 10 times, you get same meaning. So that's the difference. So we'll see in the next video.